How to automate Okta and Microsoft Entra ID provisioning for multi-SaaS clients. Streamline user controls for better user management. Here's how to use Okta and Microsoft Entra ID to automate user provisioning. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to NinjaOne's IT Video Hub and our YouTube channel for more tech content like this. 4 phases to automate user provisioning with Okta and Azure AD. Some challenges in user provisioning for multi-SaaS clients include long onboarding times, inconsistent enforcement, and access control issues, all of which can be solved by automating centralized identity provisioning via Okta and Azure in 4 phases. Phase 1. Build a role-based provisioning model. Firstly, you will need to plan a structure that defines and assigns roles to the SaaS apps, permissions, and resources each user requires. List down key roles within your organization and identify which apps and permissions are required for each role. Document this access structure by defining naming conventions, assigning group memberships, and setting license assignment rules. This will serve as the foundation for the next phase, automating provisioning in Azure or Okta. Phase 2. Provisioning. Method A. Automate Azure AD user and group provisioning. For Azure users, run PowerShell as administrator, then connect to Microsoft Entra ID and Microsoft Graph using these commands, and then enter the credentials. Assign a Microsoft 365 license by executing this script. Then assign a license. Finally, add a user to a security group to automate application assignments and role-based access. Method B. Automate Okta provisioning using workflows and SEIM. For Okta environments, you can use Okta workflows for GUI-based automation or the Okta API and CLI for programmatic provisioning. For the former, trigger New User Created in Okta, assign the user to groups, set profile attributes, and push the user to SEIM-supported apps. For the latter, create a user with the following Okta Users API request. Phase 3. Monitoring and validation. After the provisioning phase, monitor and validate using either Registry Editor or Command Prompt. Option A. Track provisioning status with registry and local logging. For the first option, navigate to hkey_local_machine/software/org/provisioning and verify the following custom keys written by your script. Query the values using an RMM tool to confirm task completion and troubleshoot failures. Option B. Use CMD and event logs to validate local agent activity. For the second option, list active sessions using the Query User command. Check the provisioning script's success via logs and review the Windows Security event log for recent account changes. Phase 4. Enforce provisioning policy via group policy or Intune. Lastly, use group policy or Intune to enforce provisioning. Method A. Group Policy Editor. For the former, create a new GPO and link it to the relevant OU. Configure the password and account lockout policies, deny local admin rights, and startup scripts and drive mappings settings. Method B. Intune. For the latter, sign in at endpoint.microsoft.com, create a new policy, configure platform and profile type, and configure the following. Assign the Entra ID group and deploy. With these tools, admins can simplify user provisioning for a more centralized identity and access management. For more information, check out our official blog post on How to automate Okta/Microsoft Entra ID user provisioning for multi-SaaS clients, linked in the description below.